Hello everyone, welcome to week 1 of Minor League Tag Pro. Today we have an very interesting lineup. Let me double check on the name. OutPast versus What Can You Dinos. What Can You Dinos is a very established team in the minor league community. Not entirely sure about the same with OutPast, but nonetheless I wish both teams good luck. And we have an interesting start off. If Into Sunday can get past 3 at low, he has an interesting setup to go push for cap, and he does it, successfully dodging the 2 OD defenders from What Can You Dino. And this is another cap for OutPast. That's 2 caps in 1 minute is not fun on any map, any situation. That's rough. And with a pup sweep. Okay, this is. You can do it. What can you, Dinos? You can push through this. Do it. I believe in you. Yes. There are times when any team needs a little bit of encouragement. And What Can You Dinos here just gets the cap. Like the past minute of whatever happened didn't happen. And this Sunday was nice out, getting gated just barely. That was rough. Very rough indeed. But as the team model goes, What Can You Dino? Pup fights, hopefully Dinos get something. They get 2 tag pros. Very interesting lineup indeed. Hopefully they can actually use it effectively. That's the trouble with tag pros, or at least to me. That green team can't do anything because nobody knows how to use more than 1 tag pro. OutPast has some trouble going into base. Could have been a cap maybe with some more push. Why do I hear Geico motorcycle? Music, don't do this to me. One of the things you really have to watch out on Emerald is gates. Gates are tough. It's so easy to tie to them and do stupid stuff with them. And they're also fairly powerful, so it's like, yeah. Split power up round this time. OutPast has the advantage with the tag. Balls to you probably is going to want to grab here. Maybe kill defender, but then just run. Or he doesn't really take the opportunity. Well, took it too late. We have a nice setup on both defensive sides. We might have an out from OutPast now from both sides. Good timing. OutPast needs to set up regrab here. They're feeling a bit pinched, it seems, but really nice gate play by Din Sunday to get out. Oh, just barely missed tag pro. Balls to you. It's a tag split, which is really... This is starting to look like it's going for Dinos right now if they play it well. And they get the cap. Very nice job with handling the returns and patience. Nice out by ASAP and really nice snipe from OutPast. Something I wish I saw more in lower level play is people using that team boost, because it can be really powerful. Another power-up round comes up. And it looks like... What happened that low there? 2 people just died in 2 seconds. It wasn't even funny. Nice tag lead by Dinos. Well, lack of tag lead, but you don't need it at this point. Dinos are really managing to clean up with their mistakes because they've come back already. It's showing for them. CB13 is acting very pushy on the blue flag carrier. Just making sure to bide his time, and he did it properly. OutPast has an opportunity to do too many people on base. That was a really unfortunate setup for their tag pro. Would have been really nice if they could do something with it and not have to fight 4 people. Jub's trying to get the regrab. Allowing defense did not play the best with at OutPast there. This is a dangerous situation for What Can You Dinos, and OutPast caps was a beautiful backwall bounce. But What Can You Dinos? Close one. Close one. Could have turned into something with a different move. Right? We have how many tag pros have spawned this game? Because we've had so many, and it seems roughly evenly balanced so far. It's not just the score; it's also tag pros. This is a really nice out situation for OutPast. What Can You Dinos is going to have some trouble. OutPast is really struggling to find a way to come into base now that 3 are ahead. And that corner almost worked. It's really fun when you can boost around that corner. It's just like so beautiful. Power-ups are coming up again. Let's see what happens. OutPast has a tag pro and they're pushing 3 offense in the hopes and not really resetting for defense. I guess they didn't really need to. If they played his tag right, they should be able to get a cap. But not quite. They're not really pressuring the FC at mid right now, so not much is going to happen. Tough situation for Balls to use the blue FC right now, flag carrier. Got returned. Just had no way into base there. In situations like those, it can sometimes be helpful to blow the base bomb to maybe make an opportunity for your flag carrier to come in. Rough power-up round for the OutPast. They have to deal with 2 tag pros, and that is not enjoyable. Never is. They're handling it well so far. One of the tag pros was just straight up grabbed. The other one is pass 3 though. Really nice bomb play by Into Someday, avoiding getting gated there. If he got gated, it would have been a cap. Straight cap. ASAP almost had, looked like he had a nice up. I think we have a pretty set game right now. It's 3-3. I don't think too much is going to happen in 1 second. Stuff happened, but no caps. Really good job, both teams. CB13 really carrying the red team there. And ASAP is really showing his 19. Yeah, ASAP just loves to grab. There's nothing else to be said there. ASAP's strategy is grab and hope something comes from this. And in many cases it works, actually. I am going to mute myself and see if I can maybe nab another commentator, because I like having another commentator to talk with. Makes me feel like I'm talking to someone. Hope everyone's having a good time watching the stream. And hello, the slightest, you beautiful doll. Hope you're having fun. Welcome everyone to half 2 of round 1 of OutPast versus What Can You Dinos. The match lineup, the match setup for tonight, for those who don't know, is 2 games, each with 2 halves. Cumulative score wins per game. And so far we have a very casual, lighthearted startup. Jubs is dead. Well, Can You Dinos is doing quite a few solo grabs to start off, which is not the most encouraged thing ever. And all their grabs so far haven't meant too much, but with the ever important power-ups coming up, they'll change things. Very nice transition by OutPast to get their tag onto offense. That one solo offender there did not wait. Oof. This is a tough situation for OutPast because they have 3 defenders to work against. Looks like they were going for a handoff, but it did not end up being a good situation for that. So. Hey, what does the team think of the game so far, by the way? Are you guys liking it? Would you like to see more? More grabs, more deaths, more drama, more ASAP being his ASAP himself? Now this is a fun situation for Blue, for What Can You Dinos. You have ASAP attempting to tag Pro League. And he's actually doing well so far. But he missed a crucial last tag. It would have been a very, very fun cap for What Can You Dinos. Tying things back up to a 4-4 cumulative. Jubs has a tough out situation, especially if Red plays 3D. Yeah, they played 3D. It's really helpful when offense stays back for that extra little moment to help get a return. It helps defense. It means you can nab the problem early versus having to do it later. Interesting choice by balls to you. Oh wait, I got the colors mixed up. Aramigo struggling to get those returns that you really need with Tag Pro to break out of a base. Aramigo's probably going to go low here with Spoos, but no. He's currently trying to get out of base. He's going to need some help from his partner, which he does get. And chooses to go low after all. This could be a capping opportunity. Didn't quite hit the boost. Really nice job by OutPast killing onto OD members. Relatively mild pup round here. We only got 2 power-ups. It's still enough to make a difference because Owen was able to grab and kill the enemy FC. That's a nice combo. Aramigo going low. Owen hiding at mid. Just doesn't want to be tagged, so he kisses instead. Now, I don't know if that might be music I can't play or not. OutPast is barely managing to hold on to their 1-cap lead so far. 1-cap lead is not the nicest buffer to be having, especially against a really professional team like What Can You, established at least, team like What Can You Dinos. But as I say that, they turn it into a 2-cap lead. And that's a comfortable situation. And it might turn into a 3-cap lead if they play this right. Not quite. Good job, Owen, for the return there and thinking ahead. ASAP has a tricky situation to get out from. He has some help from Jubs, but the gates do not play in his favor. He tried to... It just was not the best. There's our power-up round, and we see... Dino got a juke, which is the only everlasting pup of this round. Sadly, not the flag carrier, so they're pushing it off of regrab to do something. Ended up being the wrong call in that situation because their FC died, and he would have been better served his team by staying on regrab. Yeah, well, sometimes risky plays help, sometimes they hurt. Dinos has a cap if they block top properly. They did block it, but the issue ended up being their flag carrier's ability to boost and their ability to handle anti. They had 2 opportunities to cap there, and both got thrown, unfortunately. They took a harder capping situation and turned it into an actual cap. They shouldn't have gone this far, but they did. Ooh, rough one for the Dinos. That was pixels. Pure pixels. Agreed, Tantrum. Agreed, Tantrum. CB has 13 has some nice space here to do stuff. Ooh, that Goose almost cost OutPast a cap. Fortunately for them, it did not actually turn into a cap. We have 2 minutes left. Dino must really be sweating here. They need only one cap to win this game on cumulative, and that's just such an edgy situation overall. Like, the closer you are to getting something, the more tense, the rougher it is going to feel for the players. If you're down, for example, 9 caps, you're like that's just straight depressing. And I do not say that because of references or stuff that has happened to me previously, which it actually has. OutPast might have another cap here. Really poor handling of OD from What Can You Dinos there. Getting gated is not what you want to happen. So Juke split. What Can You Dinos is going to be under. What that might have nailed the coffin for What Can You Dinos. Coming back from a 3 cap deficit in 30 seconds is like, you need an extra shot of coffee if you want to do anything. Unfortunately. What Can You Dinos should probably focus on calming down, thinking about what they did wrong, and going into the next game with the best morale possible. Because worrying right now is not going to help them. Good game, everyone. Surprisingly, ASAP was not the one with the most grabs. In fact, he almost has the least grabs of his team. Never mind, I take that back. He had the second highest grabs, as mixing up goes. Good game, everyone, and really nice gameplay from OutPast. Let me go enter in the scores quick. Oh, apparently that got broken at some point. It looks like we might possibly be getting a commentator, which is really nice. Reformed Hen, if any of you are familiar with them, they are a very beautiful tag pro player. We've got a really nice start to round 2 so far. Okay, it's fairly standard and normal so far. Usually, the first minute of a game is fairly low-key. But we have a really nice out by OutPast. If they get the return, this might be a cap. Really nice cap for OutPast. Really just pushing on stuff where they need to. This might be another capping situation as long as they hold gate. Really nice cap for out. Okay, they're bragging by bouting. They're just straight bragging. OutPast is really popping off. It's like they've gotten onto crack or something. Really nice grab by both of you. The way they're going to want to play it is get out and distract on pups, which they did mostly. I really like this music. Really nice gate hold by Aramigo, just covering that gate boost. One of the things you want to watch out on Transilio is the bomb. Bomb gates, very important mechanisms for getting out. And defense has to be very careful too. Generally on defense you want to... I need to look up the guide again. This might be a really fun situation for What Can You Dino if they can get the juke. Yes, they can get the juke. That's a really tough situation for both of you, having to carry his team there for the moment. And he couldn't do it by himself. And this someday has a really nice pacing ahead by the Dinos and keeping ahead of that grab. Nice tag pro situation by the Dinos, but they need someone over there to actually help. And OutPast has been able to set up to unboost to help deal with it. One thing I might have recommended for tag pro there, maybe I'd have to rewatch, is trying to diffuse the boost simply tapping this thing to worry about for when your teammate does come in. Like, even if you're not tagging someone, it helps for later. Really? OutPast is just steaming What Can You Dinos. Like something clicked after the first half of game 1. And they're doing beautiful, and it's like it's something of magnificence to watch. Yeah. And I'm also glad to be able to share these moments with all of you. Hello, one viewer. Or is it 2? I don't know if it counts myself or not. I think it does. That was a frame perfect cap. Really nice cap by OutPast. That was. With the sweep on pups, what Can You Dinos is going to be under even more pressure to do stuff. Watching OutPast is like watching. Makes me feel like a kid on Christmas that's opening some presents and just because amazing stuff is happening, and it's just so nice to be able to watch. Really nice block by Indesumne, allowing his partner to get out, and it's not enough. Dinos got 4 ahead, and have a nice out probably. Dinos are starting to even it up, but they still have 4 cap deficit to work from. This might be a handoff situation for OutPast, but no, they decided to play OD instead, which was a very good call in hindsight. Armigo's in a tricky situation. He needs a partner to help him. Or he could also switch to playing defense, which is another. I just need to let that one play out without commenting it. There are quite a few map elements here that people approach interestingly. One thing that I'm surprisingly not seeing in Miners play, but was seeing so heavily in Novice League last season, was using the gates in situations you shouldn't. One thing to note is that people are coming off of regular trans, which had a 5-tile wide gate versus 2. And compared to regular trans, this gate, it looks a lot simpler to get through. Which it is. But it causes people to. It can cause people to overuse it when it shouldn't be used. Nonetheless, good game. What Can You Dinos is going to have a very rough start going into next half. They're going to need to get 4 cap lead in next half. Or otherwise, this is going to be a sweep for OutPast. Very nice and well fought for win. Let me go enter the scores quickly. Now we come to the final match, the final half of What Can You Dinos versus OutPast. There's going to be a lot of nervousness and sweating on a part of What Can You Dinos. It's not fun to start a week with no points. So, I wish them the best of luck in the next 10 minutes. Really nice save by Balls to you, otherwise that could have been a very dicey situation for Dinos. Or for OutPast. And we have our next round of power-ups coming up. Tag versus... Dinos have a juke advantage. Let's see if they can use it how they need to. They get gate, they have a nice out. Otherwise it becomes a bit of a struggle, like, ooh, maybe was that did it. Dinos have reduced their cap deficit from 4 to 3 with some really smart power play. ASAP might have a really good situation if he can juke 4 people. He couldn't. Oh well. Let's see if Dinos can pull off another power-up upset. They do have the same power-up lineup as last time. Do I think OutPast has a smarter setup for where stuff is? And especially playing 40 there for a moment was very smart in suppressing Dino pup lead.
Even when you don't have Wi-Fi or data. And you can keep listening with your screen locked.
YouTube stopped giving me ads. There we go. Not quite sure what this song is. YouTube, I wish you stopped giving me songs that I can't quite play on stream. This playlist probably needs to be updated too at some point. Next stream, you'll see all of you a new music lineup. Dinos has about 2/3 of the game left to get 3 caps. Still completely doable, but they need to be very careful also to not give up any caps, because that is a dangerous situation teams can fall into as well. This might be a capping situation for Dinos, and it is. Hey, what do you know? Now they only need 2 caps versus 3. Dinos are playing this very well, playing with the feathering with the boost and such. We're at the halfway mark. If Dinos can get 2 caps in 5 minutes and not get capped on again, they have a chance to pull through, which is... Honestly, I would not be surprised if they were very positive and even slightly more chatty than usual right now. Don't think Drubs is going to get out here as the Red FC. Or maybe he does. Very nice series of boosts. I think this is going to be quite the tilted pup round. Yes, Outpost got 2 with the tag as well. The one saving grace for Dino is that they have the rolling on their flag carrier. Until... that was quite the save. Balsti is really managing to hold right now. It's splitting the enemy team too, which is fun, and then kissing when he couldn't hold anymore. That's usually a really good way to go out. Means you well, up your team a little bit versus just straight dying on like a spiker enemy. Nice rolling on Air Migo. If he plays this well, this... What was happening with OutPast defense there? Not what I was expecting. Close one by End of Sunday. Really good intentions there, but it did not play out well. And that peeps is why you need good boost accuracy. We're down to the final 2 minutes of the match. Expect to see Dinos really pushing on power-ups, even if or the alternative, which is trying to grab and abuse the power-up situation. One of the things that lower skilled teams, which I'm not saying these teams are, but one of the things that happens to lower skilled teams is that they overvalue the value of power-ups, especially on this map. And then just let people get ahead, and it leads to caps like that. Ooh, really close situation from OutPast. They really wanted that cap there to help solidify their lead. With 1 minute left, lots of stuff can happen. Like, Dinos just needs to get pups, which they're actually doing. Yeah. Dinos needs to get pups and just one single cap. One single cap. And their prospects only change massively. It's the difference between getting points and not getting any this week. And with... Ooh, they were betting on that corner boost so closely and it didn't work. That must have hurt. This might be a very nice cap situation for What Can You Dinos. They get the equalizer at the last second, which means, fellow peeps and Tech Pro players, that we are going into overtime. because we have a tied situation. Now, overtime, I've seen before, has gone into some ridiculous lengths. Having been in some myself actually before. So, expect to stay here for potentially the length of another game, or path specifically. The way points work in a tie situation like this is the winning team gets 2 points, the losing team gets 1. So essentially, the two teams are dueling it out for a singular point right now, spending a couple more minutes to see who deserves this split. Honestly, with the way things have been playing this night, it could go either way. It's good luck to both teams, and may the caps be in your favor. Overtime is also legitimately one of the most stressful, exciting times of a game, of a match, of the competitive scene, and we're already over. Or never mind. I am wrong on how overtime in Minor League works. I could have sworn it was going cap. See, even chat is at least jokingly talking about the golden cap format. So I believe the overtime format for minors, was this refresher, is 2 5-minute halves, and then it goes back to cumulative. So with a 2 cap lead, OutPast has a comfortable buffer, assuming they don't burn through it again like last half. Well, it would be beautiful to have that music on stream. It's possibly copyrighted, so I have to switch away back to the previous 4. There we go. Peaceful. Just jamming out with some tunes, with some Tag Pro friends, and some cutthroat action. Minor League is also quite the cutthroat league. Ugh. Honestly, with most games, the more competitive you get, the more people like to like not be as friendly, to put it softly, and just. It's always novice leagues that are relaxed and extra fun. Interesting kiss. Aramigo, I don't think has an out here. He tried to go gate when it wasn't really a viable option. Which probably was a communication issue there, but which highlights why communication is important. What can your teammate do? What can your teammate not do? One minute left in this overtime half. 2 rollings and a juke. We haven't gotten too many tags, unlike World, in the tag festival that was. Close knife by balls to you. If he hit that, that could have been cap. Potentially. OutPast is really just holding, looking for an opportunity. They have only 9 seconds to push if they really want to. And what they pushed on ended up not being it. Nonetheless, they come out of this half with a 1 cap lead, which is very, very nice for them. The goal going into next game is going to be not repeating their previous mistakes from earlier and actually keeping this lead for 5 minutes. Maybe building it up a little bit more to be more stable. Though as we can see, apparently 4 cap lead is something that it's not something you should pin your hopes on. The second 5-minute overtime half has started. Dinos needs fewer caps per minute than they did last time they were down. So honestly, right now, if I'm going to read the teams, I think both of them are fairly cheerful. Maybe tired from having been on for an extra 10 minutes. But otherwise, I expect to see a bunch of high energy plays and such. Our first pup round is a bunch of rolls, rolling bones. Ooh. Dinos almost had that bomb boost. Would have been a really nice path 3 if they got it. Really nice rolling grab for balls to you. He has a pass too, especially if it takes that top bomb. He has nice. Guess he didn't want to take it. Zig picking up the flag with another rolling. Defense for OutPast has to play it smart here. Really nice cap for OutPast. Oof, apology stream. Forgot the scoreboard could cover up the map at times. Dinos are very much unhappy right now is going to be a situation. They're going to have to pull out a couple of miracles, a couple of blessings, and maybe like a hack from Lucky Spammer himself if they want a certain win by this point. Well, thank you for the compliment, Omar. I really like this this texture pack too. I actually had a custom one I made personally at one point, back when I had user scripts enabled and such. You can see it, I believe, in some of my older videos, but Tamper Monkey is no longer free on Safari. That makes me sad. Tamper Monkey being what I use to load extensions and stuff. And like, I had team jerseys too at that point. And like, so much more. By this point, this seems like a win for OutPast. And you can see Dinos just going 3 offense because they're desperate for anything at this point. Desperation is usually the very last thing you want to see from your team. It leads to not the best plays. Nonetheless, good game. Both teams fought very well and very hard. OutPast ended up cinching that overtime win, giving them 5 points and the Dinos only 1 point to savor over the week. Good luck to both teams in their next week's match. And also, thank you everyone for joining us. I'll be taking a moment to talk with the teams if anyone wants to stick around. Think you guys might like that opportunity. If I can find the minors teams first. Hello, ASAP. Welcome to the on-stream interview. So, how do you feel about the games that just happened?
Owen loses, always a good experience.
That's kind of the result we were going for.
Do you feel... Give me one compliment about the other team. I know you can come up with one.
Honestly, I thought Darth was really good.
Agreed. Stream probably can't hear you the best at the moment. Let me fix that. Say something?
Hi. One
Okay,
flaw,
stream
I
can
think,
actually
with
hear
the
you.
game, I felt like Zig didn't go for enough pups. And I'm sure his team mentioned something like, hey, Zig, get the pup. But, what can you do?
Yes, what can you do? I also noticed you were going for all those grabs and stuff.
Yeah, it sucks to lose simply because of one player on your team. I don't think I need to name any names. In case the audience is wondering why I haven't mentioned Owen, well, I'm trying to spare his feelings.
Well, thank you,
Poor
ASAP,
little
and Jobs, and Othan, and Phoebe. It's nice to have your beautiful voices on the stream.
Wait, did you say Bolson?
Is that Bolson?
Is Bolson here? Didn't Bolson's dad come into like the channel one time?
Yeah, he was using his dad's, or gave him back his dad's group me or something, and invited him
Yeah.
into general chat.
That's not a place you want to be.
How many viewers do you have now? 6?
It was varying between 2 and 6 during the entire stream, so. Yeah, but honestly, it's really nice to get back into streaming, and thank you for being the first team that I stream.
Yeah, thanks for streaming our game too, Dwarf.
Thanks, Dwarf.
You get a small sticker. Yay.
We may have lost, but in our hearts, we're all winners.
See you guys.
See ya.
See you, Dwarf.
Yep.
And that concludes the stream. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you all had fun. If you have some thoughts or comments, feel free to drop it off with me. And have a good night.